guys, welcome back to Part of the Internet. I am Keeyaria, and today I just want to be real. I came with no notes. I did have like an idea of what I want to talk about today, but while I was doing my hair and I was talking to the Lord, He really revealed something to me, and I feel like it's worth talking about. Hence why my hair is so flat, but it's all right. We're gonna keep working, okay? Um, basically, we're just really free flowing here. I put a timer on so I don't go over time, like I don't talk too long, because we all know I love to talk. But let's just go ahead and get into it. So, the last couple of days, I'll say for about a week, my week has just been crazy. Between school and work and church and applications and all the things. It's just been a lot. And I honestly have been giving more time to certain parts of my life, and I have taken steps back from certain parts of my life, because obviously we can't give 100% to everything, right? Our time is just divided up into everything that is on our to-do list, on our agenda for that day. And honestly, school, work, church has been in the forefront. And I have not been studying and in prayer as much as I typically am for the last couple of days. And I mean, can we just be real here? Like, it happens. It happens. As much as I don't want it to happen, and as much as I want to be able to be in my word and I want to be praying 24/7, I mean, I just can't always fulfill that. Which, I'm human, I'm striving every single day to get better and better and better. And like, as I was talking to Laura, I was doing my hair, he brought up the story of Peter. And if you don't know who Peter is one of the disciples, one of the 12 disciples. And the story of Peter is so fascinating to me. It's very popular, especially if you grew up in church. You have heard of him before. Even if you haven't, you probably still have heard about him before. But if you have no idea who he is, you have no idea how he started walking with the Lord, I'm just gonna give a really quick snapshot. Very, very, very quick. We're gonna miss a lot of details. I will definitely down below and even on the screen list out the verses of which I'm like talking about, because I definitely encourage you to read it, especially if you've never heard of it before. Definitely go and read it, because like I said, I'm leaving out a lot of details. But if you don't know who Peter is a fisherman. That's how he made a living. That's all he knew, was fishing. At dinner one night before the Lord was crucified on the cross, he was talking and saying that, someone is going to deny me 3 times. And Peter was like, it ain't gonna be me. I would never do that to you. Like, you my homie. Why would I do that? And the Lord is just like, Mind you, I'm talking in KIV, Keeyaria International Version. So this is how I read the Bible, okay? If you're wondering when I'm reading how I interpret it, it's just as if it's in my world right now. You know what I mean? So welcome into my world. But yeah, Peter was like, I would never do that. Why would I do that? Who would do that? Just kind of going off on it. But surely enough, denied him 3 times. And guess what he did after he denied him 3 times? He ran away. He ran away because he was so ashamed of what he did. He was so hurt by what he did. He knew that he told Jesus in his face that he would never deny him. I love how this story just, comes to an end, because whenever Jesus came to Peter after he denied him 3 times, I love what he did. He didn't go to him and yell at him. He didn't go to him and like curse him. He didn't do the things like today, like if someone were to talk bad about you, or if they were to do something bad to you, right? Like we would get mad, we get angry, there's a whole lot of things we would do, right? But he didn't do that at all. He said, Peter, do you love me? Yes, I love you. Peter, do you love me? Yes, I do. You know this. Like, you know that I love you. Peter, do you love me? Yes, Lord, I love you. Like, what do you want from me? And he said, then go and tend my sheep. That is just beautiful. Like how that entire story just ended and how his response was. And the last couple of days and conversations that I even had with my friends talking about response, and how the way that we respond to things or situations really shows where our heart is, and how we're either getting closer to being more like Jesus or further away. That's not like kind of what I was getting to, but there it is. Our response matters. The way we respond to situations matter. And to get to what I said earlier about how the way that I spend my time the last couple of days has not been as much as I want to with the Lord, right? Like, I have not been reading as much. I've not been praying as much. I've just not been doing what I'm used to doing. And in that situation, I would be Peter, right? Lord, why would I not talk to you? Why would I not pray? Why would I not read? I would never do that. Like, I am a Christian. I love you. I will do anything for you. And then yet, my Bible is just sitting on the side of my bed, and I'm just walking past it every single day. It's almost like the Lord's just sitting there waiting. I can visually, if I were to visualize this, I would just see him just standing there waiting to talk to me and hear from me. And yet, every day I am picking up my school books, I'm picking up my laptop, I'm picking up my tennis shoes, and yet I'm not picking up him. He's not on my list for that day. He's for right now, he's just got to stay back here for right now. And it's just why would we do that? Why do we do that? Isn't that a crazy visual? And just think about that. If beside our door before we leave out the house, right? we're just grabbing going to extracurricular activities. We're grabbing going to work. We're grabbing going to tests. We're grabbing going to church. And I did say that earlier about church, because the thing is that we can still be consumed with church, right? We can still be consumed with how many services we're going to, if we're going to all the events, if we're volunteering. But the thing is that our hearts need to be right in that. Yes, go to church, be in community, do all the things like that. I'm not saying not to do that, but definitely check your heart in that, because honestly, we should not be going to church empty, right? If you don't understand what I mean by empty, imagine a cup, right? I mean, I got a water bottle, but imagine a cup, right? And us praying and us reading and us talking to the Lord and spending time with him, it it's almost like it just fills our cup up more and more and more and more and more, helping us get through the day or through the week or whatever, right? And the more that we read, the more we pray, the more our cup is getting full. But the less that we pray, the less that we read, the less we spend time with Him, our cup is getting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And we should not be going to church with an empty cup. Like, we just shouldn't. Because I'm telling you something, the worship team can't fill it for you. The pastor can't fill it for you. Your friend at church cannot fill it for you. It is you. I'm not saying that they can't help you in that. I'm not saying that if you needed help, they would not help you. That's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is you should not be going there expecting that everything that you need will be there. No. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, whenever we pass away and we are standing in front of, and on Judgment Day, it's not that our pastor and our worship leaders are going to be beside us defending us, right? It's not that our community from church is going to be behind us and they're going to be like, yeah, but Keeyaria did this and Keeyaria did that, and oh, but she really needed help with this. No, but it's not going to be any of that. It's going to be Keeyaria. Me. Only me. No one else is going to be with me. So just like no one else is going to be with me then, I need to learn how to have a relationship with Him by myself. The church is so important. Community is so important. We are created to be in community. We can go back to Adam and Eve and how the Lord said that man is not good to be alone by himself. And then He created Eve, woman, so they could be together. We are created to not be alone. But I just want to say that we have to learn how to have a relationship with the Lord for ourselves, not have a relationship with the Lord and our pastor and our worship leader and our friends and our parents. For ourselves. We just have to. I know this is like all over the place, and I really hope this all makes sense. But I think you guys can understand what I'm trying to get at. But I just want to connect the dots here from what I was going through last week and how I can apply what happened to Peter, where there was a problem, right? And he ran away. Versus going straight to Jesus and saying, look, I did this, and I know I should not have done this. I'm sorry. I know there's nothing that I could do to make this better. I can't erase this. It's already done. But from this point on, I am going to strive to do better. Right? He didn't do that. He just ran. But I encourage us to do that, right? Whenever I am going through a week like I did last week or this week, to not run away from Him. There are some times, truly, I can think of one last year. I just honestly ran away from the Lord. I can't really run from Him because he's everywhere. But in my head, I was running away from Him. I didn't read. I didn't pray. I was just like, I can't touch this. Why would He want to have anything to do with me? And I ran for an entire month, y'all. July, I ain't do nothing. Nothing. But the thing is that whenever I came back to Him and whenever I sat there and I just talked and I just prayed and I was just honest with not only myself but with Him, I realized that running did nothing but hurt me. So I just want to encourage you, if you're going through a week, if you're going through a season, if you're going through a couple months, of feeling like Why would he want to have anything to do with me? I have not been prioritizing him. I have not been praying. I have not been worshiping. I have not been praising. I've not given him thanksgiving for nothing. Why would you want anything to do with me? Why? What can I do to benefit you? I just want you to know that he's just anxiously waiting. He's just anxiously waiting to hear from you, to talk to you, to be in community with you. Like I always just like have the image in my head that, we always get told that Jesus is with us, and he is. He always is. But I always have this image of Jesus just like standing beside me, having his hands open, just waiting for me to like grab his hand and give him a hug and just be there with him. That's where he wants. He wants us to be there. We are his sons and daughters. He wants us to just fall into his arms. His arms are always open. They're never closed. He's never not there. He's never not available for us. It's for us to go to him and be like, yeah, this is what I want. Yeah, I'm going to grab your hand. Yeah, I'm going to fall into your arms, because honestly, none of these things that is on my to-do list can fulfill me as much as you can. Okay? Nothing can fill my cup. There is nothing on my to-do list. There is no amount of schoolwork. There is no amount of working, to earn money. There's no amount of anything that can fill my cup as much as he can. It's only him. It's only him. And so in those times where you want to run, where it's almost like I did too much damage. There's like, just leave me here. Just leave me on the street. I'm good. Don't do that. Don't do that. Face it. Sit in that. Talk to him. Be honest. Like, when you pray to him, it does not need to be like, oh, heavenly thine Father, oh, whatever. Like, it don't need to be King James prayer. It does not need to be that. If you can talk to a friend, you can pray. Okay? If you can talk to a friend, you can pray. That's literally what you're doing. You're talking to your friend. You're talking to your Father. You're talking to your Savior. You're talking. Prayer is just a fancy word that just means communication to him. Okay? It does not need to be all fancy. And honestly, in the Bible, it warns us not to do that. Don't come to him with fluff. He don't want to hear all that. I wouldn't want to hear all that. When someone's coming to you and, trying to tell you something, if they're like just, going around whatever they're trying to say, what you gonna say? What is it? What you need to tell me? Right? We do that. Don't you think that he thinks that too? Don't give him the fluff. Don't give him the appetizer, okay? He wants the full course meal. He wants it all. With all the crying, all the snot, okay? All of it, okay? Just lay it down at his feet, and I promise you that he's not going to look at you and be like, ew, okay? He's not going to do that. I'm going to tell you something. He is going to be so excited to hear from you. He is going to be so excited to talk to you. He is going to be so excited that you have finally came back and held his hand or just fell into his arms. He's going to be so excited that his son or daughter came back to him. Now, I don't want you to get it twisted, okay? Like, we can't lose our salvation from times like this, right? Peter didn't lose his salvation from denying Jesus 3 times. He didn't. There's nothing in the Bible that said that he did. It's all about reaping the benefits of being a Christian. And it's something that I've talked about for a minute now, I feel like for the last couple of days, the benefits of being Christian. There are benefits. The other, was it last video, I actually talked about how people make misconceptions. There you go, the misconceptions. Excuse me. And they make it sound like, we don't have fun. Like, it's just boring. Like, but there are so many benefits. So why wouldn't I want to take all the benefits? It's almost like if we went to Golden Corral, which I don't like Golden Corral, but, a buffet. Let me just say that. Buffet, right? And you only get like a small little plate. Like, right? Like a small little plate. What's the point of going to a buffet? Because you best believe if I go to a buffet, I'm getting an appetizer, a main course, a dessert. I'm probably going to try to take some home if I could. I'm going to have 3 lemonades. I'm not the only one. Come on. I'm not the only one. Why wouldn't I want to get all the benefits of what I can get, right? I want to get the full benefit of my relationship with the Lord. I want to have the full benefits of church. And I'm tell you something, the way you can get full benefits of going to church is what happens at home. It starts at home. It doesn't start at church. You start at church, you're doing it wrong. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, definitely let me know down below. Message me on Instagram. Whatever, get up with me and I can definitely talk to you about that. But it does not start at church. If you think that it starts at church, you are missing the entire point. So ultimately, you guys, I'm saying all this to say that if you feel yourself moving away from God, taking a couple steps away from God, just know that he hasn't moved. He's just sitting there waiting for you. Okay, guys, so I hope this all made sense. Like I said, I had no notes. I had no agenda. It's just that Peter popped into my mind and boom, bada bang, we're here, we're talking. And yeah, I just wanted to be obedient. And hopefully this helps you as much as it helps me. I can assure you that I will never come up here and act like I have it all together, that I am a know-it-all, because honey, I am not. I am far from that. But I just want to be obedient and I just want to talk. I love talking with you guys. And I hope that you guys got something from this as much as I did, because this isn't just something for you, hopefully, right? Like, hopefully this is something that you can take and implement into your life today, right? But this is a lot for me. This is for me. Like, I'm going to watch this back and be like, wow, yeah, I need that. Just as much as you need it too. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye, guys.